we give you back energy,
Absolutely.
or we don't.
Right.
So you have to be a really good audience member as well. What are some of your favorite songs to sing?
Doris sings the majority of them, so I'll
Yes.
let her pick a.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs that we sing the songs that the audience like to so at least they can relate to us. So like a lot. So it depends how the crowd is.
Do you know, like, based on a particular location, what?
What kind of music we
Yes.
we select some of the songs that really good for that audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like to say? Like, what is, if you didn't have to take your audience into consideration, what would you
I
wanna
wouldn't
sing?
have a favorite.
You
I
wouldn't have a favorite?
5 favorites.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
just like I like the variety.
Yeah.
And that's probably what I enjoy is the variety, and I'm constantly adding new songs because that's learning and enjoying, and somehow going from a low basis of okay to a much higher basis of okay. So variety for me is it. I mean, things that are better for my voice, I like
Yeah.
better.
Things that match up,
Yeah.
right, with what you're good at.
Yeah.
And Doris, hearing you sing literally always gives me a little bit of goosebumps. I think you have the most beautiful voice. And that's
Thank
why
you.
I was like, when you're practicing, I sent them Lauryn Hill. Can't take my eyes off of you, because I'm like, I really want Doris to learn this for me. That's one song that I would
We
love
start
to hear
with
you
him
sing.
because you need to learn the
Yes.
the
If I
chords
can't
first.
play it, she's not going to sing it.
Right?
Yeah, he needs to learn first before I sing it.
So before you guys did this, before you started your band, did you guys sing at home and
We were
We-
karaoke addicts.
Oh, I love it.
Almost every day.
Almost
Every night.
I retired, and maybe at least 6 nights a week, every
Yeah.
single week. We went to 6 different places or 5 different places. One might have been a duplicate. Pretty much what you realize is karaoke singers like to sing. And they like to go as many times as they can.
Yeah.
And then you realize what probably got us into the trio or trying to do something different was after you do that for 5 or 6 years, you realize the 25 singers that you see every night, probably 15 to 20 are the same ones, only have so many songs they're comfortable singing.
Yeah.
And you start getting a little tired of,
Listening
I
to-
heard this Tuesday, Saturday, and
Yeah.
Monday. And I said to Doris, I'd like to do something different. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, well, we go to karaoke. Karaoke joints aren't the best food in the world,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
They're bars. And so I'm like, we spend $100 on dinner and a few drinks, and we sing 3 songs each, and we're there for 4 hours. That seems like a real low return on the investment. So I actually said to her, maybe we could find somebody that we know that we could talk to and get a job from them. And sure enough, I'm a believer that if you want to do something, because my career, that's where I learned it in my career, you make a little bit of your own luck. You can't just do it by superior ability or you're the smartest, because you're not going to be the smartest.
Right.
You're not going to be the hardest worker. But if you put them all together and also use some good luck, you can get some places. So there was a Filipino woman that had a restaurant that knew us. We were involved with a charity. And so we did bingo calling. And then they wanted to do a dance. Could we do DJing? So we did DJing. We did DJing, and Filipinos like karaoke. Can we do DJing and karaoke? And we'll do whatever it is
Yeah.
somebody wants. And so we did that. And she said, would you mind singing for my very first brunch that I'm doing on Sunday? And I said, when do you want us to sing? And she said, 10 to 1. And I'm like, do people want to hear us from 10 to 1 on Sunday morning after they've been drinking all night the night before? And so, we did it, and we never stopped. She had us every week for 4 years,
4 years.
from the time we came down to the time we left every Sunday. And it was more than musically rewarding. We got to, these people almost adopted us as part of their family.
Wow.
Because they saw us every Sunday. And some would come up and say, we're only here because of you two.
Oh,
And
that's
I would
awesome.
say, oh, come on. And they'd say, we can get eggs anywhere. So
Yeah.
I'm like, but, so we got to get even a better side of it is how people felt about you, not just your singing, but there was some kind of a connection there that
Yeah.
makes it very different.
Well,
It
I-
also meant
Yeah.
we got very lucky on how much they tipped us.
Right.
I mean, beyond belief.
Yeah.
Literally beyond belief.
Wow.
We should put a tip jar for the radio.
Yes.
So I will say that it's very rewarding when people come up and tell you something that you say that affected them,
Yeah.
or that they brought forward. I remember the first time we did a Sober October episode, and instead of saying like all the benefits of not drinking would give you, we were like how hard it's going to be not to drink for the first 30 days. And that's when people came up and was like, you were so right. The idea of supplements was great, and it was, you forget when you're here and it's you and
Yeah.
your friend and you're just chatting, and then you bring guests on and it's in this room, but then you realize it's to a much larger group, and when they comment, it's like, oh, good.
It's
I'm glad.
very meaningful.
Yes, I'm glad that it's
an
doing
impact.
that.
You're leaving impact. You,
Yeah.
you make an impact
Yeah.
on someone, and I think that's they feel a connection. You're there every day.
Or you're there every
you're
week.
familiar, something that you trust,
Yeah.
and something that
Yeah.
you depend on, even though they don't know that that's what they're feeling.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, and
agree.
it's nice that you can have someone look forward to you showing up, and then that gives you something to look forward to. And you bring up a really good point that you've learned from your career that you just have to do the thing, and then it opens itself up, because you might not have had this the same way you have it today if you didn't start at that first place
Mhm.
doing whatever they wanted you to do, not necessarily what
For-
you wanted
for
to do.
nothing.
For nothing.
For nothing. I mean, that's how we started.
Yes.
And being willing. Some people will not do that. They have a set number.
Yeah.
We have a good friend who's a fantastic
Singer.
performer.
Mhm.
A Barry White guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Sounds really
and the first time I talked to him about it, he said, "Oh, I don't take less than $900 a show." Well, there aren't many places that pay $900. There aren't many restaurants at happy hour
Right.
for 3 hours are going to pay somebody that. So I haven't seen him doing a lot of work in
Right.
the last
Yeah.
few years.
Especially
Right.
few years, yeah.
and that may be a testament to how much he wants to do the work.
It's
Right.
true. I don't want to do it unless I get enough for it.
Right.
It's really a job in that case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's gotten all the accolades.
Yeah.
And those aren't as exciting anymore because they're kind of a level of, I get all that. What's the next level? Well, when I cash that paycheck, it's really exciting.
Right. Right.
Well, when you're passionate about something, it's it's not working.
Yeah.
And you want to do it. Like
Right.
you guys are going,
Yeah.
we're doing karaoke. Like you're finding a way to bring music. You're find a way to do this thing that you love. That's,
and
people should have
do
more
you
passion.
think that it helps your relationship by you're not going out to a band to play and she's in the audience, but that you're doing this together?
Yes.
I
Mhm.
It's more than just that. I mean, it's the fact that we learn, when we select songs. So Bill and I are more from the same era than Doris, and we're from the same country. So we heard all the radio stations. We might think of a song for Doris and say, "Oh yeah, we love this song, Doris. You're going to
But I
sing
don't
this."
know the song.
And if she says, "No, I'm not going to sing it because I don't think I could do well in it," well,
Yeah.
she gets the veto because we're not going to put her in a position where
Right.
she's not comfortable singing that song. And it's the same. We also know that Bill is a team member, so Bill has a pretty good voice, but it's not the best voice. But we all feel like he needs to sing in every set. We need to give him a song in every set. You can find the right kind of song for him to sing, and he does a good job of it. So I think it's part of the team dynamic. So
Yes.
that's another side of it is most bands break up because it's hard to. I just read an article about the Eagles where they disbanded for 14 years, and they found out that Don Henley and Glenn Fry were considered the owners of the Eagles, and every other performer was an employee.
Wow.
And so payment was made. Now I don't know how true that is,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
read it.
Right.
But I was shocked, and somebody who was called in later in the Eagles to make an impact was the one that actually went and sued them because of all that. So they were disproportionately paid and handled differently. And he got fired. He got walked out to a parking lot before he decided to sue him because he was asking, can we open the books up to all of us so we could see what they wouldn't show anything. So it's interesting. So team is important. I mean, sometimes we get pretty angry at each other.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
Right.
You know, and, you're not going to do that.
Right.
I let them do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she usually
George
steps
was like,
away.
yeah, I'm not having an
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah.
Call me when you guys have sorted it out.
Just about correct. Yeah.
So what do you guys do now? Are
When
you
we're
still-
here because we're not down in Florida. Well, one of the things we picked up, and again, having not played for years and years, we found an open mic where you get 20 minutes. Each person that has a slot gets 20 minutes, which is about 4 or 5 songs.
4 or 5 songs.
And the first 3 weeks, we went with no intention of ever signing up, but just to see how good the talent was and what the audience was like.
Feeling the vibe.
And just kind of like, could we ever compete? And I would say that at that time, most of the guitar players were really coffee shop, 1960s coffee shop guitar players. They had, one of them knew Gordon Lightfoot. He met him in the coffee shop era and got to know him. And he talked about when he came into town, he would stop in. So they were really good, and that intimidated me a little bit. And so, but then after the third week, I said, they're really good, but they all sing their own written songs.
Their original.
And nobody has
Nobody
a
knows.
clue from song to song. There's no reaction that it's a different song, because when you don't know the songs, they just all sound the same. And so I said, you know what? We do kind of top songs, classics. I don't play as well. You sing better than anybody here. I sing as good as anybody here. We probably could do it. And that's when we started doing it. And then we did it, I would say, each year we do it more Mondays than less each year. And even the guy that runs it now, sometimes we'll tell him, you know, we're only here for the summer. I don't want you to lose somebody that's a regular here because we got in so quick. So we won't sign up this week, but if you need us, call us and we'll come. So, and the other side of that is, so one, you sing that song in front of an audience. So all the concerns about singing publicly in front of an audience, you get that constant weekly activity where you get relaxed when you go in front of an audience. And you get to try out your songs that you think are good for that audience and get a reaction. Last Monday night, I forget what song we were doing, but some woman saw us walking in with the guitar and was sitting in close enough to us that she started a Congo dance. They've never usually had anybody up dancing, but she
gave us
had
tips.
8 or 9 people doing a Congo dance to
Yeah.
one of the songs. So,
That's satisfying.
yeah.
Right? When you see everyone just sitting and then you sing and then.
And it's
Yeah.
noticed by the other people that work there.
Right.
So now they tell the guy that's running this thing, wow, they were dancing and this and all singing along. So you get some more confirmation that what you're doing is probably okay.
Yeah. So coming from the manufacturing world
Yes.
and then standing in front of an audience, what were your jitters or vibes the very first time?
My inability to do as well live as I was in practice. I mean, nervous to the top and just can't believe some of the stupid things that I do when I get nervous. Like
He's from
transpose
different-
the number wrong and look for the wrong building. But
Yeah.
That's your glasses. You just need a new prescription.
the good
Leo.
thing is
No, he's
taught
freaking out.
I taught at night for 25 years in addition to working full time. And being in front of class, I presented a lot even when I worked. I had to present to investors or on a topic. So that part was okay, but it was more of, can I play this correctly when I'm a bit nervous? And
Yeah.
that was probably and the answer is no.
No.
The answer's no.
Yeah.
Do you ever have like those moments where you're like, I think my voice is gonna shake, or was that
No, not
part
that.
was-
It's
Or
more
on
my
playing.
hands are gonna. My hands are
No,
shaking.
your hands are shaking. So I remember I'm first dating John, and I have my FAA job, and I don't know if I was still with the museum at that point or not or whatever, but you had to go on a business trip and you're like, I have to have a test. My students need to do a test. I just need you to administer the test, just pass out the papers, time it, bring them back and collect them to me and I'll pay you. And I was like, yes. And I'm like, I even think like you noticed like this one here will hustle around. Like I need a favor. And, but I was telling Valerie that story that, yeah, it was just showing up. Sure, I'll teach. I'll administer a test in a college. I know
I
nothing.
can fly a plane. I can certainly walk into
I
class
can
and
do
hand
this.
these out.
Just wandered around, acted like I owned the school, took out the test, timed it, and everyone gave it back. But I really appreciated that you saw that in me and you gave me the opportunity for that. But I'm a terrible singer. Like I didn't know how to play music as a child. I didn't know how to read music. I was insulted at school. You know, I went to public school where they didn't teach music. Then I went to Catholic school where you had music every week. But because I couldn't read music, I couldn't sing on C. I didn't know what C was. And so I failed. And then so I told my parents, hey, I want to learn to play an instrument. And they's like, you're tone deaf. The teacher said, you're failing. We're not paying for music lessons for you. And then that cemented in the inability to be able to sing. So I sing in the car by myself with the music all the way up so I don't have to hear myself. I love hearing you guys sing. I loved hearing you sing for your birthday too.
We host karaoke at our place. So that's one
Every
of the things we
Tuesday.
do up where we live for neighbors. And I if I know someone's going to have a hard time holding the tone
Yes.
and the tune, I won't sing in the mic, but I will sing beside that person. I've noticed, you know, that person just gets on
Needs a
key.
guide.
It's like singing
Yes.
with the radio when you have
Yes.
somebody that's in key, and you're a lot better at it than when you're just out there. So, so it works.
Yes.
You must sound great with the radio
Yes.
because we all sound great with the radio.
I sound great in the shower. John will not agree with me at all. He always used to go, who sings this? Can we keep it that way? Let's let them lead.
It's still nice.
Yeah.
So do you guys host karaoke at your house?
Yes.
Yeah,
Every
we
Tuesday.
used to do. We have a club, an unserviced clubhouse in our community down at Caugus Bay, which is attached to Lake Winnipesaukee, and we used to do it there. A year ago, I had a really bad back problem, and I just couldn't think of packing the golf cart up, driving it down there, unpacking the
Yeah.
golf cart, then
A
doing
lot
the
of work.
same thing on the other end when we're done. And Doris and I said, well, we have enough room. Why don't we just do it here, keep it set up? If the grandkids come up,
Yeah.
we can pull it out of there. And so we did that last year. And then we said, my back was fine. We said, why do we want to go do all that work again that way? I
Right.
used to get on 3 PM for a
Set
6
up
o'clock
and
show
everything.
to set up, come back, take a shower.
They're they're literally lugging those amps
Yes.
Oh,
and those
geez.
It's heavy.
speakers.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and then plugging in all the wires.
Wow.
Yeah.
I look at all the wires they plug in and I get such anxiety of when I see the cords. Well,
Yeah.
but
It
it's
is
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
we
work.
used some wireless adapters
Oh, thank
last
goodness.
week, so just to get your anxiety to be reduced.
So in Florida, are you guys still playing at the restaurant on Sundays?
We were right up until the time we left, which was in late April, and I believe she sold the restaurant. So after 4 years of
Yeah.
doing that, we won't be doing it anymore. I don't know if the new owner will
owners,
want to
yeah.
do something like that. It's kind of, she wanted that.
Yes.
She really felt it was important. And
And I think
And-
the customers would have been upset if you left once they start having you on a
Yeah.
regular basis.
they
You're
asked
part of
where,
it.
you know, in October, when are they going to be here? When are they
Yeah.
going to start up again? But also, my style is not to knock on doors to get work. And so, probably because it's not required,
Right.
you know, we don't have to live off it. If I had to live off it, you would beg for work. But it's more of how do I get the right opportunity? Doris and I did a charity event way back 4 or 5 years ago. And it was at a place called Fish 41. And the owner saw us do the charity work where we sang for dinner. And then they had a performer, an international performer from the Philippines, sing. And at the end, which is all my intention of doing that, at the end of that night, he hired us.
That's awesome.
and
Yeah.
which was sort of what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And again, that's how do you put yourself. To me, it's kind of like a lottery.
Mhm.
How do you get more tickets in the lottery? Doing things like that gives you that
Mhm.
chance. So, we got a job out of it. So we'll have to figure
you
out
do-
where the next place is that we can either make friends with somebody, we'll have to drive around the streets waiting for somebody's car to break down so we can drive them somewhere and then become their performer.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, what decades do you sing? Do you sing songs from?
It's funny you say decades because before we were a trio, we
triple
were
play.
a band. And there were four of us. One was a keyboard player. And we were called Decades.
Yeah.
And the idea was we music through the ages.
Yeah.
So if you think about Naples, Florida, Bonita Beach, Florida, Southwest Florida, they're 50s. They're all retired. Most of them are all retired. Now, although we're getting younger people down there now, but 60s, 70, 80-year-old people. And so you look at all the music when they were younger. What did they listen to? And we play all that. Well, the good news is if we were each 25 years old, we wouldn't even want to play that stuff. But it's the
Right.
stuff we grew up with mostly,
Right.
not Doris necessarily, but we grew up with. So we like that music, and we can pick the songs that we think were really good from that era. And the one thing we get a lot of kudos on is we love your playlist. We love your playlist. And it's interesting, but we get to see karaoke singers at before we did this and now at the house, and you'd be amazed at how many people sing what they like to sing, whether or not they can sing it,
Yeah.
because they love
They love
that
the
song.
songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you're going to get up, you sing that song. But
Yeah.
last night we had, 2 nights ago, we had a woman that had never sung, came and brought cookies or brownies to add to the people there. And I said, do you want to sing, jokingly? And she said, yeah, I've got one I'll do. So she got up and she did Kermit the Frog's Rainbow Connection.
The
Oh
Rainbow
my
And
Connection,
everyone
yeah.
fell in love with it. And she was spot on
Yeah.
the
Really?
whole thing.
Oh, that's
And my
awesome.
comment to her when she finished, I said, okay, here's my recommendation for you. If you want to sing next time, you say, I've never sung before. Maybe I could try Rainbow Connection.
Yeah.
Oh, so how many show up on Mondays?
Probably like between 12 and 15, probably a handful of non-singers and 8 to 10 singers.
That's awesome.
So sometimes the spouse shows up and doesn't sing. In this case, the woman that did Rainbow Connection, we know her husband really good, but he can't stand coming to a karaoke show.
Yeah.
So he just doesn't come, and
Doesn't
she's
come.
okay with it.
Yeah.
As long as she's having a good time and enjoying it.
Well, I will say most of the karaoke that I've witnessed in bars is people screaming that they don't understand that the microphone does the screaming for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're drunk and they're holding it
Yeah.
and they're screaming. And nothing makes me want to sing karaoke less than witnessing that kind of karaoke.
Some of that is, we even have good singers that do that, we know. Some of it is, they're not listening to me out there. So volume up higher. And if they can't get the volume up higher,
They get an
I'll sing
attention.
louder. I'll
Mhm.
yell in it, and I'll
Yeah.
get their attention. So some of it is just the craziness of drinking too much and,
Right.
and not knowing what you're doing.
You have to be inebriated to get this
yeah,
microphone
and
to
some
chance.
of it is, I want you to stop doing what you're doing and listen to me. I want you in awe
Yeah.
of me.
Oh, okay. Not like I'll be the background of the party.
Yeah.
I'll be the,
Yeah.
vibe of the party by
That's
the
I
music.
think that's what made us successful at the restaurant. 10 o'clock in the
10
morning
o'clock,
is
it's
not
so
a good
quiet.
time to be opening up music in a restaurant. But
Oh, it's
we're-
like having comedy at 10 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning. What are you
Yeah.
doing here?
Yeah.
what we did is we called it children singing, to be seen and not heard. And that's kind of our philosophy was, no one's ever told us to put it lower. So let's not worry about that until somebody tells us to put it lower.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and the only balance of that is, if they can't hear us, they're probably not going to tip us.
Right. Right.
So let's make sure they can at least
Yeah.
hear us. But a lot of people come in and they see this couple right at the entrance.
Right on the door.
And we have a little wall between us. But and their head is on our
The
speaker,
speaker.
when they're waiting to be seated, and they're all like turn
Especially
around and the
when they have
faces
the hearing aid, maybe that's so
yeah, it's
loud
like
for
killing them.
to-
And you can see them say,
Yeah,
way
put me over there.
way over there. And then at the best part of that is when they leave, them come by us, drop a tip in and say, "You guys were really great. We could have our conversations and
Yeah,
still hear
that's
you."
cool.
So
Yeah.
that's rewarding in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what's your next ideal gig? What would
Well,
be your next? What would be the ideal?
The ideal gig would be probably one we had, the one that stands in my mind. I don't know about Doris, the one we did at the modular home park, where they were all up dancing and hooting and
Oh.
hollering, and I mean, this was this
They
place
like to dance.
that
Mhm.
maybe holds
Mhm.
100 people, low ceiling, and all night, just every one of them was on the dance floor. They got so excited that they hired us for New Year's Eve that night, and then realized there's nobody. A lot of people from Canada, they can't come down because they have to stay They only can stay 6 months,
Mhm.
so they come down later, most of them, and they said, "Sorry, but we can't." We can't do a New Year's Eve party. There's enough people. And we said, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll figure out something else we can do that night.
Yeah, they like to dance, so we need to learn more dance songs.
Yeah, more ones that have an up enough tempo
yeah.
that you can.
I would say that there isn't an up enough tempo for
For
some
them,
people.
They want it
For the
faster.
trailer
No matter
parks.
how much you
They want
speed
faster,
it up, they're
faster,
like, can you do a
faster.
faster song? We're
Faster.
like,
Yeah, I
Right.
could do 1.5, I guess, you know, on the Spotify list. And do you take requests when you're doing your band, or is it?
So we have a few options. We're not so stubborn and so arrogant that we're only going to play our songs. So since we host karaoke, we have the software.
Okay.
And so if somebody one night wanted an Earth, Wind, and Fire
September.
September,
Yeah.
and we don't do it on the
That's a great
guitar,
song,
right?
actually.
So it's a great song.
We
And
play
I
it.
said we're going to take a break, and we're going to do September. We're going to sing September, and so we did that, and she was happy she got her song.
Yep.
And it didn't hurt us to do that. So
Yeah, you can take a
some
break.
people are
Yeah.
very, you're going to get what I want to play, and that's
Yeah.
what you're going to get.
Well, also you've practiced it, so you're
Yeah.
like, I could try September.
Right, right.
This could be the first time I try
Yeah.
September.
Did anyone bring the